Do you believe racism exists?
Absolutely.
And what is racism?
Racism is treating people differently on the basis of race, which was invented by colonists. And racism is specifically targeting non-white persons because it was invented by white people to maintain white power.
So when black people treat white people differently, are they being racist?
No, they're being bigoted.
Are they being racist toward white people?
No, you can't be racist toward white people.
Why not?
Because whiteness
that doesn't make sense.
No, racism and white supremacy are the same thing. So you can't be racist to white people.
Why not?
You can be bigoted to white people, but not racist.
What's the difference between bigoted and racism?
If we're talking about the use of words. So racism, when you are being racist toward another person, that's about power. I don't have any type of institutional power in the United States to be racist toward white people. This is coming from individuals who have the institutional power to cause harm by treating different people of different races differently.
But that doesn't make sense, because black people treat each other that way. They treat white people, when blacks are treating each other that way, are they being racist toward each other?
Yeah, black people can definitely be anti-black. Yeah, that goes on.
And is that racism?
Yeah, sure.
Amazing. Have you ever dated a white man?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What's the there?
Rest my case.
What was the case? You didn't make the case.
Why would you date the enemy?
I never said white people were the enemy.
You call them racist?
I did not just say white people were racist.
You did. You've been saying it all day.
No, I did not.
What'd you call them?
I said that you can get a variety of different types of white people, some of whom I love, but that the problem is whiteness, institutionalized racism.
So the white people that you love, are they whiteness?
That doesn't make any sense. Well, whiteness is the cultural sea that we are swimming in.
Wow. That's amazing you think that. Do you really think it, or are you saying it because it makes money to say it?
It doesn't make a whole lot of money to critique whiteness. It makes a lot more money to try to be more white.
Why do black kids want to live in black dormitory when they go to white schools, when they don't have to go to a white school, but they go to white schools, and now they want separate dormitories in different schools? Why is that?
Okay. You know how there was slavery, right? Now, the thing with slavery is that when black people were freed, you know, we're kind of partially free, now we weren't giving any resources. So what we're dealing with in this country is there's always been this white power, and then there's been black people trying to figure out how to do for ourselves. It's not the case that black people can have the same things as white people in this place because those opportunities have been denied us. Which is to say, you could go to a black school, but there aren't that many. Usually, as a black person being disempowered, you're going to need to go to a white school.
When I was growing up, this was way after the slave thing, right? Black people did better then than they do now. They bought land, they had big families, they got married, they created their own jobs when they needed to. They did everything, and they had whatever they wanted to have, and they didn't compare it to themselves to the white people. Why is it that some kind of a reason the blacks have skipped over that time after slavery and saying that everything is to blame on slavery, when black people were doing much better after slavery and before the the so-called civil rights movement? They did better then. Why can't they continue to do that?
You know, that's really kind of an interesting question, but one of the things that happens in America is that when black people protest, we're given some type of recognition for a short period of time, like during Reconstruction, right? So there was a few years after slavery in which black people were really making gains, entering Congress even, right? Buying lands, all of this stuff. Then these programs start to go away as white people determine that they've given away too much.
That's
and
not
then
why
we fight again. Civil rights movement. Oh, we get some gains. Oh, no, let's take those back.
That's not why they went away. They went away because blacks stopped being individuals and they got into the black thing.
Why would they do that if they were still doing well?
They listened to the civil rights movement.
Okay.
They listened to Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, the whole civil rights movement, and they brainwashed the people to believe they couldn't make it. So make us your leaders, let us think for you, tell you how to vote, we're going to get you welfare, and that's when everything went bad.
I don't think MLK ever mentioned that. I don't know if MLK mentioned welfare.
Well, I don't know if Martin Luther King himself mentioned it, but his movement was about that.
No, the movement wasn't about welfare. The
Well,
movement was
why
about
they
equality.
end up on welfare then? Uh-huh.
First of all, there are plenty of
I
black
rest
people who
my
are not
case.
on welfare. These cases are not being made while you arrested them. I don't know what's going on.
When you hear black men complain about white men holding them down and crying white supremacists, as a woman and as a black woman, how do you feel when you hear black men talking about another man can hold him down?
I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say quite that. But one of my concerns with a lot of black men, not every black man, but too many black men, especially millennials and Gen Z, want to be real upset about white male power, and they be trying to holler at the next white woman. It's like, now, figure out where you want to be with the situation. Either you want to be embedded in white spaces alongside white men and white women, or you don't.
Amazing. I know, let me ask this, blah, 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 blah. Racism doesn't exist. It's a made-up lie by the blacks, too.
Okay, well then how did they force us here as slaves if racism doesn't exist?
They didn't force us here.
How did we get on the boats?
We were sold by, well, I wasn't sold, but way back then,
Okay.
the blacks were sold by other blacks to the Arabs, and the Arabs transferred them across the world.
That's one way in which slavery happened. It's not the only way. And there's
It's
no
the
evidence it was the
primary-
major. No, there's no evidence of that.
I know for a fact that that's what it is.
Okay, well then what
And
sources
that
are you
was,
citing?
it was the primary way it happened.
One of the major
and
ways that
even
black people ended up on
even
slave ships
now-
was by stealing black bodies.
No, nope, not true.
That's just the facts.
Go back, it's not true.
But here's a more
they
important
sold
point.
them to
Once
the
black-
Arabs, and that's how they got here in other places.
Okay, but once black
White
people
men
got
had
here,
nothing to do with it. Go
black
ahead.
men had everything to do with
No.
it. Because, see, other forms of slavery outside of the United States weren't the chattel form of slavery, which meant that if you have children, your children are slaves too. How was that a choice? So you can say what you want to say about the black people who sold to the Arabs who sold to the white people. That circuit did exist. That didn't have anything to do with what was going on the ground in the plantations here in America, where
But-
white people were saying, every offspring of yours is mine.
There were, I may be off on the number here, so if I am wrong.
Okay.
In Kentucky or Tennessee, one of those states, there were as many black slave owners as there were white slave owners.
That's literally
Did
impossible.
you know that?
No, that's not possible.
It's true. Ask Big Bump.
Ask who?
Big Bump.
Okay, I don't know who that is. But that's definitely
Yes,
not,
it's true.
It's impossible.
Now, I forgot the number of black slave owners, but it was a large number of black people. And I always knew that black people owned slaves,
yeah,
too.
black people did own slaves,
Yeah, but I don't hear the blacks complain about that at all.
Well, I mean, because we're talking about one or two black people here and
No.
there. It
No,
was
we're
not
not.
possible for the vast majority of black people
No,
to
that's
own
not
slaves.
true.
The vast majority of black people were slaves. So it's, I mean, of course, we're going to be angry at anybody who owns us.
Well,
It
why
wasn't
don't
even
y'all
just white
complain
people.
about the black slave owners?
Because they were not the ones who owned the vast majority of black people.
So it has to be vast majority.
Don't get me wrong. If you're owning slaves, that's a problem no matter who you are. But
So why
a
don't
black
y'all
person might
complain
have had,
about
like,
that then?
2 slaves.
Why don't y'all complain about that?
Who's the y'all?
Even in parts of Africa right now, blacks are still enslaved by the Arabs. I don't hear y'all complain about that.
I think anywhere black people are enslaved, black people are complaining about it.
Why don't we hear about that then?
I don't control the news.
Oh.
So that's what's
But
going on
you
there.
don't say anything about it either.
I say anything about what?
The blacks are enslaved in parts of Africa right now,
So where are we talking about?
everywhere.
Okay, I've never seen this data. I mean, there is a pre-existing Arab colony. I think it's called Western Sahara.
Yes.
I'm not sure how many black people live there.
Enough to be enslaved.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
So racism does not exist. It's a made-up lie by the so-called the race hustlers because they wanted to control the blacks
Okay.
for power and wealth for themselves, right? Our problem is a spiritual problem. It's a warfare between good and evil within us, each
Okay.
individual, right? It's a battle going on inside. Evil is in the mind and emotions, and good is in the heart. And so that battle is going on. And each individual have a spiritual battle, not a race battle at all.
Both things are going
Do you
on.
disagree with that?
Race is itself a spiritual issue.
Do you agree with me that it's a spiritual battle and not a race battle?
No, I don't, because I think race is a
Buddha is
spiritual
not
issue.
going to like you for saying that.
How you know?
Because I know Buddha.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Which
I heard
one?
about Buddha, the little fat one.
There's quite a lot of different Buddhas.
Were women created to lead or follow?
Both. Women should lead and follow, just like men and people of other genders.
But it's not in the nature of a woman to lead.
Well, you know, according to some historical Buddhists, people who, for example, practice with the goddess Tara, the woman was supposed to represent leadership and the man was supposed to represent consciousness. So there are those traditions where they believe that women are natural leaders.
That's in the Buddha religion thing?
Yeah, in historical
No
forms
wonder
of Buddhism.
Mr. Buddha is fat. If
Wait.
he's being led by a woman,
I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
he's suppressed. Oh man, I gotta end this. I gotta put you on the hot seat.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I need you to answer these questions as quickly as possible.
All right.
What is a man?
Let's see. I don't think I know the answer to that. A man is a person who says that they are a man.
Is America the best country on this side of heaven?
If you are a rich white person, yes.
True or false? Abortion is worse than slavery.
False.
Who will you be voting for? The Great White Hope or Joe Biden?
Biden and Trump there's so little daylight between them. I mean, Biden sitting here writing checks for genocide, how could I possibly vote for that?
I was going to ask you, do you love the Jews?
I have Jewish people in my life who I love, yes.
Do you love the Jews?
I don't have to love everything that any group of people is doing.
Do you love the
preposterous.
Jews?
I have plenty of Jewish people in my life who I love, yeah.
And what do you mean by genocide?
The genocide of the Palestinian people that is being paid for through American tax dollars.
Should the Jews be allowed to have their own homeland?
I think that Jewish people have a right to exist wherever they exist. But I also don't believe that you push indigenous people off their land and then put a flag down and claim it.
So you're supporting those Palestine people that want to genocide the Jews?
There's no genocide of Jews going on right now.
No, I know, but do you support the Palestine, those people that want to do that to the Jews?
I don't support genocide in any form.
Oh, but they be chanting, how about when they chant death to America and death to Israel? Do you support that?
I don't support violence against Jewish people.
So do you disagree with the Palestine people when they chant death to America and death to Israel?
I've never seen anybody chanting that here.
No, they're doing it. Do you agree with them when they do it or disagree?
I have nothing to do with that.
No, but that's why I'm asking you personally.
Yeah.
Do you agree when they chant death to America and death to Israel?
I don't have to agree with anything that anyone is saying.
Right, you don't have to, but do you agree or disagree?
I've given my answer to that.
To what?
To that question. They have a right to have their own politics. I've never heard anyone saying death to Israel or death to America in any protest I've been at. So I go to the protests where I've been to plenty of protests in favor of Palestine.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to you?
What do you mean by that?
How can you support that and love the Jews?
There are plenty of Jewish people who are in favor of ending this genocide. Jewish Voice for Peace, for example.
Amazing. Is Joe Biden bad for the black community?
It's not good for us. What's he done?
So are you going to vote for Trump?
No.
You know he's the Great White Hope, right?
Yeah, so is Biden, for that matter.
What do that mean? Biden ain't no Great White Hope.
There are plenty of white people who keep running around telling me I better vote for Biden. I'm like, I'm not about to do that.
Thank you. Has anyone ever told you, told Hopper to beat you?
Probably would. That's why I'm single. I don't have nobody beating on me.
Mexican food or soul food?
Both.
Was Jesus white or black?
Neither.
Is the earth flat or round?
Let's not be foolish. We're not doing that.
So flat or round?
It's obviously round.
I'm sorry?
Are we seriously questioning if the earth is round?
No, is the earth flat or round?
I am not a flat earther.
Me either.
You got to get Kyrie. I'm not one of them people.
Okay. Oh, God. Flat or round. Does a chicken have lips?
I'm not in a position. I don't know if a beak counts as lips. This is a weird.
Is it okay for a black man to love the Confederate flag?
Okay, according to who? It's okay according to him. I'm not involved in any of that.
Is it better to be raised by a single mother or a single father?
It's better to have loving parents.
No, but if there was a choice, which is better, a single mother or a single father? If they had
They're
to have
equal.
one of them.
They're equal.
True or false? Sending your children to a public school is child abuse.
Depends on what school, I guess. But no, public schools are definitely failing our children.
Yeah. Should men be allowed to play in women's sports?
Not cisgender men, no.
Do you support abortion, killing children in the womb?
I support abortion.
Killing children in the womb?
I don't see how you can call an unborn fetus a child, so I support abortion.
Amazing. Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
It was amazing. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for coming on.